My God, I come before you today with hands that are clenched and a spirit that is weary from holding on so tightly. I confess that I say I trust you, but my actions tell a different story. My mind is constantly working, planning, and worrying, trying to secure my own future and protect myself from harm. I carry the immense weight of my own life, my family, and my worries as if I am completely alone in the task. It is a heavy, exhausting burden, Lord, and I am so tired of carrying it all by myself. I have built my life on the foundation of my own strength and my own understanding. I rely on what I can see, what I can control, and what I can figure out on my own. When I am faced with uncertainty, my first instinct is not to turn to you, but to turn inward, to strategize and strive even harder. This self-reliance feels like a fortress, but I am beginning to see that it is actually a prison, locking me in a cycle of anxiety and effort, and locking your care out. The world has taught me that trust is risky. People let you down, plans fall through, and life is unpredictable. I have projected those earthly experiences onto you. I have let past disappointments, even those that had nothing to do with you, build a wall around my heart. A part of me is afraid to trust you completely, afraid that if I let go, I will fall. I am afraid that your definition of care might look different from mine, and might include a path of pain that I desperately want to avoid. So I ask you, teach me to trust you, not just as a concept in my head, but as a living, breathing reality in my heart. I want to know, deep in my bones, that you are good, that you offer me, and that your care is more reliable than my own control. I want to learn to rest in the assurance of your love, to lean back into your arms with the full confidence of a beloved child. I cannot learn this on my own. I need you to be my teacher. I want to see your care in my life. Open my eyes to the small, daily evidences of your faithfulness that I have been too busy or too worried to notice. The perfectly timed phone call from a friend, the unexpected provision for a need, the moment of peace in a chaotic day. These are not coincidences. They are love notes from you. Help me to collect these moments like treasures, letting them build a great monument of your trustworthiness in my heart. Today, I choose to challenge my own fears. The fear of the unknown, the fear of scarcity, the fear of what other people think. These fears have been driving my decisions and fueling my need for control. But today, I declare that fear will no longer sit in the driver's seat of my life. I invite your perfect love to come in and drive out that fear. I choose to believe that what you have for me is better than anything my fear is trying to protect me from. I confess my desire to understand every detail of your plan before I take a step. I want a roadmap, a guarantee, a full itinerary for the journey. But faith is walking with you in the dark, trusting that you are holding the light, even when I can only see one step ahead. Forgive me for my lack of faith. Help me to be okay with not knowing, and to find my security not in a predictable path, but in a personal relationship with my ever-present guide. I surrender my definition of how things should be. I lay down my timetables, my expectations, and my carefully crafted life plans. They have not brought me peace, only the anxiety of trying to force reality to fit my will. I empty my hands of my own plans so that I can receive the plan you have for me. I trust that your ways are higher than my ways, and your thoughts are higher than my thoughts, even when they make no sense to me. I look back at the stories in your word, of people who had every reason not to trust. Joseph in a prison, David facing a giant, a widow with only a little oil and flour. In every story, your care came through in ways they never could have predicted. Their circumstances looked bleak, but you were working behind the scenes all along. Let their stories be a reminder to my heart today that my current situation is not the final word. You are. Right now, I want to practice the act of trusting. So I will name the things I am giving over to your care. I give you my financial worries, the numbers that keep me up at night. I place them in your hands, trusting you as my provider. I release my anxiety over my health and the health of those I love. I place our bodies in your hands, trusting you as my healer. I surrender my desire to control and fix the people in my life. I place them in your loving care, trusting you to work in their hearts. I surrender my career, my ambitions, and my fears of failure or success. I place my work in your hands, trusting that you will lead me and make my path straight. I surrender my future, with all of its unknowns and uncertainties. I place all of my tomorrows in your hands, knowing they are held by a God who is already there. I let go of the burden of my own life, and I walk into the lightness of being completely cared for by you. What a relief, Lord. I can feel the tension leaving my shoulders. I can feel my spirit taking a deep breath for the first time in a long time. The weight is gone, not because my problems have vanished, but because I am no longer the one carrying them. You are. Thank you for lifting this load from me. Thank you for inviting me into a life of rest and reliance on you. For those watching, there's a special ebook in our pinned comment called Don't Think, Trust and Surrender that can help ease anxiety symptoms. Remember, this complements but doesn't replace professional guidance. Now, Lord, help me to live this way. When my mind starts to snatch those worries back, gently remind me that they have already been surrendered. When I am tempted to fall back into my old patterns of control and self-reliance, strengthen my resolve to trust you instead. Let this prayer not be a fleeting moment of relief, but a turning point in my relationship with you. Let trust become my new default setting. Let the fruit of this trust be a deep and abiding peace in my heart. A peace that the world cannot understand. A peace that remains steady even when my circumstances are shaky. Let people see this peace in me and ask me how I can be so calm in the midst of life storms. And let my answer always point them directly to you and your incredible trustworthy care. I thank you that your care for me is not dependent on my ability to trust. You care for me even when my faith is weak. You love me even when I am riddled with doubt. Your faithfulness is not a response to my own. It is simply who you are. This truth gives me the confidence to keep trying, to keep surrendering, knowing that your grace is sufficient for me every single time I falter. So I close my eyes and I picture myself as a sheep, and you are my good shepherd. You lead me, you guide me, you protect me, and you provide for my every need. I don't have to worry about where I am going or what dangers lie ahead, because my shepherd is wise, strong, and deeply good. All I have to do is listen for your voice and stay close to you. What a simple and beautiful way to live. I receive your care today. I open my heart to it. I will look for it. I will celebrate it. I will build my life upon it. I trust you, Lord. Even with the parts of me that are still afraid, I choose to trust you. I am placing my full weight on your faithfulness. I know that you will not let me fall. You are my rock, my fortress, and my hope. Thank you for being a God who invites us into a relationship of trust. Thank you for not being a distant, demanding king, but a close, caring father. Thank you for proving your trustworthiness to me time and time again. My heart overflows with gratitude for who you are and for the incredible privilege of being held in your constant, loving care. If this prayer voiced the desire of your own heart to trust God more, please like this video. It helps other people who are struggling with the same fears to find it and be encouraged. And please share it with someone who looks like they are carrying the world on their shoulders. Let's remind each other that we have a God who is more than able and willing to carry it for us.